Hog Farmer Chris and the 2022 Commanders Fan of the Year. Before you listen to Red Zone in the Lab podcast, I want to thank you for your support in bringing awareness to the Hog Farmers Charitable Foundation, which helps children and their families affected by pediatric cancer. You truly make a difference. And with that being said, please don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on YouTube.
Welcome. This is Red Zone in the Lab podcast. I am Deuce. I'm coming live straight from RFK. We just got the news that Daniel Snyder has agreed in an agreement with Josh Hurst and his group to purchase the Washington Commanders. I am so excited about that, man. It's real big. I know in the spaces of the last couple months, I've been saying once we hear the official, like either Roger Goodell or Dan Snyder comes out from the official Washington Commanders account to say that he has sold the team, then I will come to RFK with my grill. I will go live, and that is what happened. We got one half of that. We got Roger Goodell coming out. Not Roger Goodell, Dan Snyder, and the Washington Commanders did an official post that they are in agreement to sell the Washington Commanders to Josh Hurst and group. So I am here at RFK. You can see it in the background. I'm here from the soccer field that's adjacent to RFK. Couldn't get on the RFK grounds. Also brought my grill. I don't know if you all can see it. Let me see. There it is. There's my grill, a little small grill, but unfortunately, I got some wings. I got some little burgers, but I can't put them on a grill out here. You got to get a permit, and all those different types of things. But like I said, man, I am here. I'm live from RFK Stadium, man. Let me move to the side a little bit. Dan Snyder is gone. Dan Snyder has sold the Commanders, man, and I'm so excited. We've all been waiting for this day to happen. It's finally here. It finally has happened. We heard some words come out from Josh Hurst, basically saying that, he's excited to bring this story franchise once to where it was. He's looking to build a stable community. That was the big thing from his, from his little quote that he had that they had posted, is about him wanting to build up the community. That's real big to me. I'm very excited about that. I know Rails is going to be a big part of that, and so is Magic Johnson. I'm going to try to pull up. Let me try to pull up some of these. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to try to pull up some of these quotes. But we also got some other people that's kind of joining. Let me throw this on. Let me kind of unmute here. I'm actually on two devices. I'm glad you can hear me. All right, let's talk about Josh Hurst's statement, right? He named some few people, some partners. It's 17 of them, and one of them had the last name of Snyder. So we like, hold on now, like who did he sneak in here? Did he sneak, one of his grandchildren, his great grands in there? But no. Andy Snyder said he's the CEO of Cambridge Information Group. Ben Stanek said that he believes this adds another local group to the incoming group. So that's somebody in this area. I don't know much about him yet. It's kind of new, just like some of the other names. Josh Hurst, one of his things about the community is that we look forward to running a world-class organization and making significant investments on and off the field to achieve excellence and have a lasting and positive impact on the community. That's real big to me. For some of you that may not know, like RFK itself is probably going to be in the runnings to put the new Commander site. But right on the other side of the water, some of you know, is the neighborhood called River Terrace. River Terrace is one of the last neighborhoods in this city that has single family homes that's mostly still black owned. So that's real important to me that they, whatever they do, that they don't affect those communities. A lot of like the National Stadium, all they feel they did, they uprooted a lot of black families in those neighborhoods. So I really don't want that to happen. And if it causes me not to have a stadium, I'm with it. Like I don't mind that. I really support black owned homes, black home communities, and that's one of the last ones that we have. We got some couple people. Man, Mayo is like, where you at? Kayla's in the building. Miss Janet. Man, Cash all the way down to Tennessee is in the building. The culture is about to change. That is so true, man. Like, put the word out. We back up, man. Like, the Commanders is back up. Let me just read a couple other things that we have. We got some people that's just trying to jump in. We're gonna bring them in. But Irvin Magic Johnson, yes, Irvin Magic Johnson. He has no ties here as far as like him living here, him spending time here. But he does have ties in this area that a lot of people don't know. Most of you that may be familiar with 201 and the big Pepsi plant. A lot of people is familiar with the Pepsi plant. That's all Magic Johnson. Largo Town Center, Magic Johnson Theaters. That's all Magic Johnson. Like Magic Johnson has major ties in the PG County community. So those that might not want him, like the Commanders, to stay there, he might be a big part that they may stay there because the relationship that he already has with that community. And it's Magic Johnson, right? Who doesn't want Magic Johnson in their backyard, right? Everyone wants Magic Johnson in their backyard, even though he haven't like really lived here. Wherever Magic Johnson goes, Magic Johnson, the people is going to receive him as one of their own, right? Magic Johnson, who is going to receive him as one of our own. Even though, like, we know Rails, he's part of the community. He's been in the community out at Maryland, like it's the DMV, right? I'm city bred. I'm from actual city, but it's the DMV. Rails has ties in the DMV, and so does Josh Harris. Like I think he's from the Bethesda area. So it's always good for someone to own the Commanders that has ties to the community because they understand the history of this team. Like we want to get back to where we were. We want to get back to being one of those dominant franchises. That's what we want to do, and we want people in place that's going to be able to look out for us. That's going to be able that want those same goals. And I think those guys in his team that he's putting together is going to do that. Here is Irvin Magic Johnson. I could not be more excited to be a partner in the proposed new ownership group for the Washington Commanders. Like Magic Johnson is talking about your football team. Like he's talking about your football team, regardless of when you became a fan, right? If you was a Brave, if you was a Redskin, if you was a Washington football, now you're Commanders. Whenever you came apart, you're all part of this fan base. And the Irvin Magic Johnson is owner of this team. He's part of this history. He's part of this legacy. Josh Harris has assembled an amazing group who share a commitment to only doing great things on the field, but to make a real impact in the DMV community. Again, there's that word community again from two of the let's say like the face type owners, right? We know it's Harris, Magic Johnson, and Rails. So far, Harris, who is the majority owner, he came out, talked about the community. Now Magic Johnson, he's talking about the community. The community is going to be a real big part of the Washington Commanders. He says that real impact in the DMV community. Again, like I said, it's the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Let me see the special police back here. I don't know if he. Hey man, hey, did you hear Daniel Snyder sold the Commanders? Hey man, I'm live right now. Did you hear Daniel Snyder sold the Washington Commanders?
You hear what?
He sold the Washington Commanders. Did you hear that?
No.
You didn't hear it?
No.
Yeah, man. The RFK, the Commanders, the football team, coming back, man.
Did he?
Yeah,
Come
be
back?
coming back.
But you know, they want to demolish it.
Yeah, they can tear it down because we bringing a new one here.
Really?
Yeah,
So they want to be another one now?
yeah. Look at my man. He excited, man. Man, come talk to the people, man. Come talk to the people.
Actually, last month
Uh-huh.
Someone was asking me when they demolish that one,
Uh-huh.
what they want to bring. I said, I thought they're going to bring another stadium.
Another state. See, you was right.
Because why? They don't have a big stadium like this
Right.
in this
You know, they don't.
except they go to the Maryland.
Yep, they go to Maryland, but now they're gonna come back here sooner or later, man.
Oh,
Daniel Snyder is gone. See, look, the community on, man, like the community back, man. See, you gonna have to protect this, and you're gonna have to go over there and protect that.
Yes.
That's when the big money come in. That's where we at,
Yeah,
baby.
bro.
Listen, it's excitement in the city. It's excitement in the city. I'm telling you, like wherever you go, it's going to be excitement. Like it's rush hour right now. There's some construction going all the way around. So you might not see as many people out. You might not see as many people like out here talking about it, but that's cool. Like they know, like this is all like, and to some people, it still haven't really set in right. It really hasn't set in yet because, like, all right, man, take care, man. Like it really hasn't set in yet, right? Daniel Snyder said he would never change the name. That happened, right? We got all these loopholes to go through. He said he'll never sell the stadium. I mean, sell the team. It's happened. Like he's saying, I'm selling the team. It's over. Like these things that we never thought would happen is happened. Like the city is on fire, man. Urban Mac John said, "Look, I'm so excited to get to work on executing our vision for the Commanders and our loyal fan base." Barstool had posted something a few days ago about the fan base that has the most loyal fans during losing seasons, right? I think we were number one. That's crazy. Like that's how loyal we are after going through all these things these last 20 years, right? The ups and downs, the bad product on the football field, the bad product in the office, and off the field. You know, all the stuff with Dan Snyder, the terrible workplace, the sexual harassment lawsuits, like stealing people money, like ticket people, like all this stuff, lying about ticket sales, all that different type of stuff we've been going to. We've still been here. We've still been loyal. We've still been loyal. So that's why this city is excited, man. That's why I'm excited for Magic Johnson, man. And let me see who else. I don't think I heard anything from Rails yet. And I think Adam Schefter was the first person that tweeted out that he saw. I think Ian came before, but we also want to give a big thumbs up, big shout out to AJ Perez, um, Richmond Times, local beat guys. But AJ Perez, you know, Michael Phillips, them guys has been on this for years, man. They've been on this for years, keeping us informed, giving us the information, you know, coming in our spaces, coming on our pods, talking to us about the process, explaining to us what this process is, man. Big shout out to them for their work in this, man, and all this coming to fruition, man. And then, you know, one other thing before we get to some people in the queue, man. This is real big. This is real big. This is real big. This is real big. This is this is real big.
Can't hear you. There we go. I heard something. Still can't hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
There we go.
Oh, there you go. Did you hear me like these last couple minutes?
I heard you. It just went off maybe about a minute ago.
All right. So you heard me say I'm about to bring my man Mark up?
No, it
Huh?
went right before that.
Okay. I'm trying to see when. All right, cool. We'll go back. Yeah, man. So Mark, man, what's good, man? Got all the kiddos there, man. So
Man,
how you feeling? How you kiddos? How y'all doing?
Good.
You doing good? You doing good? Cool, man. Y'all excited?
Yes.
Y'all like football?
Yes.
Y'all like the Commanders?
Yes.
All right now, yeah, that's how you supposed to bring them up, man. That's how you supposed. So Mark, what's good, man? You heard about the news about the sale, man. How you feeling, man?
I'm excited. I was just telling the kids, pretty much what you were saying about the past 20 plus years of the unfair treatment to different people, the monetary issues, and everything going on. So it's really an exciting time. It's a step up, and I think it's going to join the community together. So many fans have some have walked away, some are just in limbo, some aren't watching. So to kind of get everybody back and band it together, it reminds me of 2012 when we drafted RG3. I mean, that electricity that was in the city
Mm-hmm.
banded together, I think we're going to see that same resurgence.
Yeah, man. I'm so looking forward to it. I'm so looking forward to this. Like, and it's still kind of like unbelievable in a sense, right? It's like something we've been wanting for the last. I mean, for like the last few couple decades, like two decades. But just like these last few months, right? We've talked about it so much and we was back and forth with it so much. It just came nauseating, like, all right, when is it gonna happen? Whatever. And then like all of a sudden, a couple news drops, a couple days in a row. You kind of like, like what's happening? Like, is it gonna happen? Some stuff about him trying to like get some certain things taken out in the Murray Joe White report, like all this stuff coming out trying to discourage. And out of nowhere, here comes Shefty say, hey, look, this is done.
Yeah.
How are you feeling right now?
To your point, to what you were talking about, it's amazing that this is almost unanimous. Like normally, especially in today's culture, we're split 50-50, right? Some people see things this way, some people see it that way. But this is one thing from celebrities to, players can't talk about it, but to fans on every spectrum, they're like, Dan has got to go. And it's almost everybody. Everybody sees it. They see how terrible this organization has been ran, and so I'm really excited. It's surreal for me too. It hasn't quite hit me. I need a press conference. I need to see a press conference with the Rails and Harris and Magic Johnson up there, kind of in the burgundy and gold. So I think that'll make it sink in and kind of be real for me. But on the inside, I'm excited.
Yeah, man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
All right, yeah, cool. I don't know. It's kind of going on losing it a little bit. But yeah, but like that's the thing. And I think that's what we're waiting for, right? Like I'm like it's like Roger Goodell, like where are you at? Like I need you to say
Right.
we're back. Like we're back. The Washington Commanders have sold Daniel Snyder and Daniel Snyder's group or Daniel Snyder's family have sold to the Harris group led by this person, that person, right? Like that's also what I'm waiting for. Like I'm waiting for the owners to get in there. I'm waiting for the owners to vote. That's what I'm waiting for. Like that's what I am hoping um, happens, right? So that's what we have to wait for. You know what I mean? Like that's what, in a sense, with some people is like, where are they? Like this is what I'm waiting for, and I think that's what some people will kind of be like, wow, this is really happening. Um, so I'm very excited for these next couple steps, man. Like this next week gonna feel job odd. Like it's already feeling odd now. You know what I'm saying? Us being so excited, it feels odd, man.
Yeah, and actually, it's crazy because mommy just came home. It's really. I kind of lost my train of thought there when she came home. But
Yeah,
anyway,
it's all good. We was
um,
talking about the reality setting in.
I missed it. I missed it. Anyway, it man, and to see everybody singing the same tune, like in our space, in our chat group, everywhere,
Mhm.
the tune is the same with everybody. Everybody's excited. Everybody's cracking open a bottle or something. Everybody's celebrating. Uh, I wanted to be up there.
Mhm.
Initially, I was like, babe, when they said the team, I'm going up there to the area party, like we just won the Super Bowl. So
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. I think like there was some rumblings about a parade and all that other, and all those type of things. I'm sure it's gonna be ramped up, man. And one of the biggest things is Joe Gibbs. Like for some, like Joe Gibbs is the guy. Like he's the guy that we all look up to. He's the guy that we all, what he say is kind of like, what I'm saying, it's like truth. You know what I'm saying? So this is what he had to say. Joe Gibbs. I've had the opportunity to get to know Josh Harris and the leadership team during this process and fully support his efforts to lead the new ownership group of the Commanders. So first of all, anything that happens with this Washington franchise, Joe Gibbs is going to be involved in. Like, it don't matter if it's coming from Snyder or from the owners, wherever. Like, he is respected all over the league. He is respected with the Commanders. Anyone that's going to be in any business with the Commanders is going to have respect. Joe Gibbs is going to have that respect. He has respect in the owners, in the owner room, in the owners' rooms. He got respect in the commissioner room. He has the respect. Obviously, we know because he's been in this process the whole time. It's like they still need the Joe Gibbs box check, right? It says the NFL has grown a great deal since my time as a coach in this league, but what hasn't changed is my belief that with great leadership from the top. So obviously, he believes it hasn't been great leadership, right? Great leadership from the top, the drive to win on the field, and a commitment to culture. Championship teams are created. Josh and his team share these values, and I am committed to doing what I can to reconnect this great franchise to the community, fan base, and alumni. Again, so we got Rails talking about community, we got Magic Johnson talking about community, and we got Joe Gibbs talking about community. And we know Rails is pretty much all about community. Ian, which I think owns one of the does he own the Mystics? I think he owns the Mystics,
I
DC
don't know.
United. One I forgot, but yeah, that guy, like he's all about community. Like this is gonna be a community effort, man. But yeah, man, I'm excited about this, man. I'm excited about this new era that we got brewing up, man. I'm excited, man. But again, man, like I said to everybody, I told y'all when either Raj or Dan comes out officially, Dan did came out officially from the Washington Commanders team page. I will come to RFK. Like RFK is gated up, right? RFK is gated up. I might try to do a video when I leave in a few minutes. But RFK is gated up all around. RFK looks terrible. The inside is terrible. Right now, I'm over here adjacent to RFK at the multi-million-dollar soccer facilities that they built in agreement to building Audi Field. So that's where I'm at, man, and I'm excited, man. I'm very excited. What's to come, Mark? Y'all excited over there? What's y'all names? What's your names?
Malaya, Mark,
Leia. What's your name?
Mark,
Oh, you're Mark Jr.
yes,
Okay. What's your name, little man?
Matthew,
Matthew.
Yeah.
Cool. You can't, man. We excited about this season. We excited about the Commanders. I get your dad to bring y'all to one of the games, right?
Well, me and my son, my oldest, we went to the Atlanta game, the rainy game.
Okay.
This
Okay.
past, it was a little cold out there, so
Okay.
we ended up going inside, but we had a good time. It was actually a great game. There was a guy that he just believed in Taylor Heineke, and he won
Yep.
6 tickets, and he was like, I just want people in the stands to watch this guy play, and so he was giving them out on Twitter, and I contacted him. He gave me 2 tickets, and he said
Uh-huh.
4 tickets, and then he said he had 2 more. So I was able to bring 6 of us. My younger brother, a couple of my good friends. 6 of us got to go to that game, and including my son. So we had a good time. But it's a buzz. It's a buzz going up, and I think Ron Rivera has done a good job to insulate the team away from what's going on with Dan. And there's a buzz, there's excitement for this organization that we're going in the right direction. We got the players, good character,
Mm-hmm.
moral players. When you think of Jahan Dotson, you think of especially Terry McLaurin, Allen, and you think of Payne. These guys, they keep their heads down, they stay out of trouble, they stay out of the media, and they're just playing good football. And so I like the culture that they're building. And I think it's set up for success in the future. This was the big boulder we were waiting to fall off, and it has. And so I
Most
think
definitely.
every area of this team, I honestly believe every area of this team is set up for success, from each position to coaching areas to ownership to GM. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I think they're in a great position to have success.
I agree. I agree with you. Mark, family, man, I appreciate y'all so much for jumping on this live with me, man. Right from RFK. I know Mark was one of the first ones that said, man, I'm coming up there as soon as it
Yeah.
happens. But of course, you got to celebrate something this weekend, right?
Yeah. So it's Mother's Day weekend. We're excited.
Mother's Day weekend, man. Happy Mother's Day to the
Yeah.
moms. I know she just got home from work. But yeah, man, I appreciate you for jumping on, Mark. I'm gonna let you go. Bring my man Mayo up real quick, and
There you
then
go.
we gonna end the space. All right, appreciate you, man.
Thanks.
Peace.
Thanks, dudes. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Mayo, what's good, man? I don't know where Cash at. Hey, man, we got a new owner, man. What's up, man?
What's up? What's up? It's crazy. I hope you can hear me, man. I'm sitting up here.
I
You
can
know, I
hear
gotta
you.
I can get my own personal celebration down here in Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I'm
You
saying?
see, hey, look, you see RFK, man? Look, RFK, man.
Looking beautiful.
I be coming back. Look, I brought my grill too. Look, I can't grill though, but I did bring it.
I
But I ain't
told you
let
if
me
I
bring
was
it
up there,
in.
I would be over there with you. But I'm being spirit. You know, I used to run
Yeah,
up in
most
them
definitely.
concessions and everything, man, back in the
Yeah,
day.
man.
So it's all
I had
good,
to.
man.
Like my mom, let me see, how old was I? I was a young boy. I was like 10, 11, 12, something like that. And she had got me a job doing the sodas, doing the Pepsis or the
Yo, I
Cokes,
was
one of them.
14, 15, selling
Yep, I
beers,
was up
man.
this jump. Oh, I was up this.
I was
I was
selling
selling
beer.
sodas, man. I was being in a stadium. It was rocking, selling, and then like the end of the third quarter is when you take everything back, and that it ends or whatever. So the fourth
Yep,
quarter, I get to stand in the little corridor, watch the game as a little boy, just see them going back and forth, man. That's these mosquitoes starting to come.
that yo,
That
that's
that that, that that's when like my fandom really started being able to see it live.
exactly. Yeah, I used to sit right, like you said, third quarter, turn in all your stuff and then just go find a little spot in the corridor, sit on the steps, man, and just watch the game, man. That used to be amazing
Yeah, man, I love
back
it.
there.
It's
That was
crazy,
great,
man.
man. I had to
Yeah,
be at
man. Hey,
11 a.m. 11 a.m. We had to get
facts. Yep,
started.
yep, yep. You had to be there early. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. We get to walk around, get the sodas, to turn that joint around. Hey, look, man. So look, we just got an email. I want to share this with everybody. Um, we just got an email. Bring Cash up and Cash up in the building before we close out. Cash, flip your phone. All right, look, Mayor. We got from Jason Wright. This comes straight from Jason Wright. Dear Dion, I would like to share an important update with you regarding recent developments in the ownership of the Washington Commanders. Today, Dan and Tanya Snyder agreed to the full sale of the Washington Commanders to Josh Harris and his impressive group of partners. Our organization and ownership office are working with the league and the Harris team to promptly complete the transaction. So it's still some signatures need to be done. There's still some initials that need to be taken care of. So that's probably when all that's done, it's probably when Rod's gonna come out the cut and drop that letter. And I'm letting y'all know when he dropped that letter, if I'm not busy, when he dropped that letter, I'm going to FedEx next time, taking my grill again to FedEx, and hopefully I'll be able to put some stuff on the grill. But we going live from FedEx. It said, as you know, this franchise has been an indispensable part of this community for many decades now. Our 90 years of burgundy and gold football have spawned generations of loyal and passionate fans. Josh Harris shares your passion and commitment to winning championships and building on your organization's work to make a positive and measurable impact in the lives of those most in need in the region. I am confident that their extensive professional experience and unwavering drive will have immediate and long lasting effects on the Commanders organization and in our communities. Now, mind you, that is the fourth person, right? We have Josh Harris, who's the majority owner, talking about community. We got Magic Johnson, who's one of the bigger minority partners, talking about community. We got Joe Gibbs, with nothing comes through Washington, nothing comes through the Commanders without them checking the Joe Gibbs box. He's talking about community. And now Jason Wright is also talking about community. And it says, I would like to thank you all for the tremendous support you have provided to our organization. I look forward to continue to work with you and Josh Harris and his team to ensure with you and Josh Harris, to the fans and Josh Harris, with you and Josh Harris and his team to ensure that our team and our region keep winning together. Now it says they're Dion. They're Dion. Now, I'm quite sure, Jason, I appreciate you. Holler at you. Shout out to Jason. And he ain't just sent this to me. So he specifically, even if it's copy and paste, he took time to whatever algorithm whoever has to put each person's name at the top of that. What does that mean to you, Cash and Jason Wright? Like, I don't think Jason Wright is leaving. Like, I think he was sent here by the league. I think Magic and them love him. I think Duran had brought something out last week about some things, some reports that was kind of coming out over the course of a year about how they really like Jason in headquarters, how he can have a path to commissionership. So that's something to kind of look out for. So you know how they regard him, they regard him there. So I think he's here. What about you, Cash?
I mean, at the end of the day, I trust the Rails group and I trust Magic Johnson. I mean, when you look at the teams that they own, they have their fingerprints on my Lakers. They got their fingerprints on the Dodgers. The Dodgers are one of the most successful teams in all of baseball, and they've been that way for a very long time. Like Magic Johnson and them, they don't tolerate losing. That don't mean that when they first start out, we're not gonna have a couple bumpy roads. Like it's bound to be bumpy when you first begin. I'm understanding of that. I don't expect a Super Bowl next season just because they know what they're doing. It's a product. We got to get to a point. So if they believe in Jason Wright and Martin Mayhew and the rest of that front office, it don't really matter what I think at the end of the day. Like I personally do agree with you. I'm not the biggest fan. But at the end of the day, they're not going to keep him around for no reason. There's clearly they feel like he can bring something to this championship table. And then you look at Rails. You got the Devils who's playing for Eastern Conference Finals. You got the 76ers now who's in the Game 7. They're a game away. They're a game away. And guess what they're at? Like, what? Their teams are all winning teams. Like, they don't got no losing teams. Like, you can look at all the teams that they own. They all making the playoffs every year. And they don't just make it. No, they got championship DNA. And I think that's one team. I think that's one thing that they're definitely going to bring. And I think that they see that in our front office already. I don't think the way they talk, I don't think there's going to be a lot of pink slips being handed out as maybe I originally thought.
Yeah, me either, man. Where you at with that, Mayo? Because I'm really like this run that we saying it hasn't really been a different run, but it's been a different run. Like if that even makes sense. Like the way he approaches press conferences, the way he approaches questions, like all those different types of things, the type of moves he made, like all of this seems like okay. I wonder what he can do without those hindrances, that black cloud over him. But where you at, Mayo, when it comes to Jason Wright and everybody that's here now before new ownership takes in?
Jason Wright, he's A+. Um, he's the guy. He's the right guy, especially with the transition. He's not going anywhere. I don't see and foresee any reason for him to be moving on. They're gonna trust him. They're gonna trust the process. Now everybody in that organization can work without a black cloud hanging over top of their heads. They can work more relaxed. They can move in direction of just building a football team and not all the off field and in the front office has issues that should have never been above their heads anyway. Ron Rivera right now, everything he's doing, he's moving in a direction where you see it's peaceful now. I mean, he's moving peaceful. He's moving in a direction where No one is banging on his head, banging on the door. He's in control to do what he needs to do to build a football team. I may not agree with all the moves, but I do trust the process, and that's one great thing that Josh Harris will bring to this organization is just let everybody be at peace and knowing to trust the process. It may take a little long here and there, but overall, this is the greatest thing that could have ever happened, and I'm one to truly say I would never have believed that this day would come. I saw a post that when pigs fly, and I
Yeah,
saw that post, and
yeah,
I definitely
yeah,
retweeted that. With goddamn
yeah.
pigs is flying, man. Right now, I see pigs flying every damn where right now. So it's good, man. I love the direction. I love Jason Wright, and hey, if they need some support from me down here, man, trying to help build, I'm here. I'm here. It's not about doing it because it's like you said, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. And I
Facts.
love this football team, and I'm probably one of the elder statesmen up in this fan base, because I was there celebrating Super Bowl championships back in the day. So
Facts.
I can see it happening, man. And my brother, my family, man, back up there in the DMV, they texted me and hit me up, man, left and right, man. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? You hung in there, man. You hung in there. I said, I ain't got no way to go, man. I bleed burgundy and gold, man. I bleed
Yeah, man.
burgundy
That's
and gold.
that's facts, man. I mean, everybody that's shouting us out, man. They talking about it everywhere. Things gonna start to change, man. Like those different lists that we see, those different rankings that we see, like I think all that stuff gonna change, man. Like they're gonna they're going to look at us differently than how they've been looking at us, and it's all being because of this black cloud. Like Ron Rivera has done an awesome job putting our names back out there, giving some type of relevance to our name, changing that culture. And I think sometimes because of the product on the field is not where we wanted to be, we kind of forget that and lose focus and kind of forget like what he had to go through, what he had to do before he even stepped in the building. And then all the stuff that happened when he was already in the building with the name changing and the ownership and all that other stuff that was going on, so much that he had to do, man. I think just for that alone, like we should show him a little grace. Like we should give him some time. But if the owner's gonna feel that way, I don't know. It's just is gonna kind of like depends on where they want to go, man. But I know when it comes to basketball, I know that's a totally different round. When he took over there, he gave I forgot, can't think of his name right now, but he gave him a couple years to kind of get it together to see, and he kind
Palenka.
of yeah, yep. And so we just got to see, man. Like we got to see where where Harris is, man, how they want to move forward. But I think everybody is good for this upcoming year. Hopefully Rivera can put some good product on the field, man, so it won't be no questions. It won't make the decision hard for him. But Cash, how does it feel for the younger fans, man? Like y'all ain't seen no winning, man. All y'all seen is the guy RG3. Like that's all. I mean, y'all saw a little bit of Kirk Cousins, and you've been on your you've been on your Kirk Cousins stuff these last couple of weeks, man. But outside of that, man, like what do you think the young fan base is feeling right now?
So it's funny, man. So, obviously I'm going into the Navy. So I was actually, I was in the DMV for the last like 3 or 4 days, and so I flew back to Tennessee this morning, and I took a nap, and I woke up probably like an hour and a half ago. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just check Twitter, see what's going on, and it's just flooded with just the team is sold, and so it's funny. I called my pops right away. I'm like, he probably busy. He don't know. I'm gonna break the news because that's where I get my love from. You know what I'm saying? Like you said it right. My pops, he was able to witness those Super Bowls. The best thing I've witnessed, like you said, was RG3, and I mean, I was like 12 years old. You know what I mean? Like haven't really been able to appreciate a good football team in a while, So, um, for the younger fan base, this is huge going forward. Like for my generation and the one behind me, like all the ones that's in middle school now, still the ones that's still in high school, they not gonna have to go through what even I had to go through. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it sucked. Like it sucked, but by God's grace, we ain't gonna have to deal with that no more. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
this is very big going forward. This is a big step in the right direction. Now, obviously, the product on the field needs to reflect that. It's not gonna matter who your owner is if you're not playing good football. So we not gonna care as fans. If they come
Right.
in here and own a team and you 4-13 or 3 and whatever, well, I don't give a damn who's in the ownership box at that point. You're not winning. So, but I think it's big for the culture. Number one, like the younger generation is not going to have to see that toxicity that we read with paragraphs and the Mary Jo White reports and Dan did this, and they're not going to have to deal with that. And I think that's
Right.
big. Like it's a lot of positive things that can be said going forward. That my kids and their kids, they're not gonna have to talk about that. Maybe they can actually talk about winning. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like
Winning
that's what y'all got
football,
to see.
on field stuff. Right.
Yeah, man,
For
y'all
sure.
got to
For
see
sure.
winning. Like you said, I've seen 2 good seasons. I've seen the one with Kirk in like 2015, 2016, and I saw RG3. But the thing about it is like the team, like in those years, like the team felt different, and I feel like we talk about that all the time in these spaces. Like this team, even from last season, this team was special, and it's one of
Mm-hmm.
them teams that you really feel like if they can put it all together for a year, I mean, this could be something serious. Like I know we say it every year, but at some point the barrier is bound to break. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think it's close. I think Washington very recently has been on the up and up. One thing I'm gonna say finally is I want them to keep that same energy. I know the
Mm-hmm.
positive and those, you know what I mean, give your thanks, give your congratulations, but I'm gonna need them staying 10 toes on what they were saying before when Dan was still in the building. Y'all gonna forever suck. He gonna forever on the team. Like I kept receipts. I remember that was cool. I'm like, okay, yeah, get your rocks off now. Because a little bit he ain't gonna be my owner, and the noise level is gonna go down a whole lot. And you can already tell, like they're not chirping as loud. So yeah, man.
Yeah, man. And now, and like Steve Apolopoulos, he just did his bound out tweet. He thanked was I think it's very heartfelt. He thanked Dan and Time. He thanked the NFL for the process. He thanked Bank of America. So obviously, he was in the process. And he also, gave praises and good luck shouts out to Josh Harris and his team. But Mayo, man, like we here, man. Like it still haven't set in yet. Um, I don't know when it's gonna set in. We got it from Dan, from the official Commanders website. We got it from Jason Wright through email. Now we just waiting on Raj, man. And I know it's some final things that need some I's, some need to be dotted, some T's crossed. But yeah, man, we here, man. So I do thank you all for jumping in. Thank Mark. I think Ruby was at the bottom for a little bit. Couldn't get to her. I know she's working. Everyone that's watching, man. Mayo and Cash. I appreciate y'all for stopping through, man. Hang tight real quick. I'm about to end the show off, but if y'all could just hang tight real quick. Appreciate y'all for stopping through, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me
Appreciate
on,
you,
man.
bro.
Yep, yep. Again, Dan Snyder, I'm here. RFK. Like I told you all, I brought my grill. Like I told you all, I had some Snyder wings, but I can't grill right here. I'm adjacent to the stadium over here at the multi-million-dollar soccer facility adjacent to RFK. But you can see RFK down there in the background. Dan Snyder's gone. I appreciate all of you for stopping through. I appreciate all of you for listening. Check out Red Zone in the Lab website. Coming up, our store is also coming up. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on all social media contents. Wherever you get your podcasts, just go in Red Zone in the Lab for all of our podcasts. Enters a Lab podcast, Only in the Huddle podcast, that team from DC podcast. We also got some things coming soon, man, that we want all you all to support us in. But we appreciate all the support, all the support. So coming up next, listen, Dan Snyder is out. I'm here at RFK. I got my grill. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about all the shout outs we got. Coming up next on Red Zone in the Lab podcast with me, your boy, Deuce.
Before we get started with the podcast, I want you all to go check out You Grow Girl. That's Grow, Grow, written by a dear friend of mine, Jay Smith. It's for daily affirmations for Black women. It is filled.
Hey, remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart, one love.